it's so magical, and it's kind of the experience I expected to have, but also expected like, oh, something like that isn't going to happen. Like, I'm not going to have like a perfect moment like that, but I did.
The Ireland Screenwriting program is really open to any students who have an interest in screenwriting or really even an interest in Irish culture and getting to know a little bit more. This program is based in Letterkenny, which is a small town in the northern part of Ireland.
I thought Letterkenny was like the perfect place for a home base because it is, in many ways, it reminded me of Athens. The Letterkenny Institute of Technology, where we did most of our studying and classes, is just right in the center of it. And then if you go like a little bit north of there, you're into the town, which is just filled with lovely little shops.
I enjoyed Letterkenny quite a bit because everybody was super friendly. They were very eager to talk to you about your stories, your experience in Ireland, and honestly, your experience in America as well.
When you go to the arts festival and you get a brochure or something, you see that they offer all sorts of different things, and that's what's so great about it, and that's why it's really unique to Ireland.
I thought the traveling play was incredible. Being able to start in one location, hop on a ferry, go to a completely other country, technically Northern Ireland, that was amazing. We saw a one-man show in Letterkenny that was really, really well done. It was so emotional and just like, it really hit you hard, but he was just sitting in a chair and just telling the story. And I think a lot of talented people come out for the Area Arts Festival, and that's what's so impressive about it.
We have two academic projects. So the first is a fictional screenplay, and then the second is a nonfiction screenplay that's sort of for like a documentary short.
Outside of the academic realm for fun, we traveled almost every weekend. So we traveled to Tory Island, Dublin, Belfast, and Galway. I love Tory Island because it was something that you don't have here in the United States, just at all.
I've never seen like bluer skies, bluer water, like greener grass than I did in Tory Island. It's like a fairy tale place.
We had a guide who took us out hiking, and we walked like all the way up these huge cliffs, and you're just like looking off into the ocean at these massive rocks that have just been shaped by water slamming into them for like, you know, thousands of years. And it's like awe-inspiring. It's hard to describe, but it's really an amazing experience.
I think Paul is potentially the most interesting documentarian I've ever seen.
We watched a documentary that he did on this very famous Irish author.
We got to talk to him about it for a while and like get sort of his perspective on filmmaking and documentary, and that was really enriching and enlightening. That he has an amazing eye for characters and just sort of finding these people that are so interesting to put a camera in front of, and then just kind of following them on their journey. Belfast is a city with a very contentious history of Christian sectarian conflict between Protestants and Catholics.
The Black Cab Tour was very important. In my opinion, I think it gave a great history of Belfast from a perspective that not a lot of people get to hear, which is citizens. Getting to see both sides really hit home how important the Troubles were and how prevalent they were, and how kind of prevalent they still are today.
They take you to the Peace Wall, which is a massive wall that cuts the city almost entirely in half, because at a certain point during this conflict, that was literally the safest thing. It really is a good kind of comprehensive way to get the whole like history of the city from people who are very intimately familiar with it.
It's really interesting to see, since the Titanic was made right there in Belfast.
You really kind of feel it like in a different way, I think, because you're so close to that experience at that point, you can really empathize. Galway is definitely my favorite place in Ireland. That city is definitely sort of like the center of like art and culture for Ireland.
It's pretty much everything that you think of when you go to Ireland. There's just so much green. The people there are absolutely wonderful, and it's all kind of in this tight-knit, like, kind of European square.
We saw different films from Irish culture, and I think that was really interesting to see how different Irish culture was presented.
And it's also interesting to sit in a theater full of people that are Irish and getting to kind of see them like laugh or get certain like cultural references that you don't get, and kind of getting to observe from an outside eye.
So getting to see their perspective in filmmaking was very interesting as well, and definitely inspiring. Gave me a few ideas for some future projects, hopefully.
Probably the Cliffs of Moher in Galway. That was my favorite thing that I did, and it was probably the coolest 6 hours that I had while I was in Ireland. It was just so breathtaking.
We had a tour guide that was very enthusiastic and told us all kinds of history, and we stopped at so many places along the way and got to experience that. Galway was really cool, just because we got to do so many different things there and really settle in.
If you're interested in anything within the School of the Media Arts and Studies, I'd say that this is a great trip to take, especially during your freshman or sophomore year, because of all the things that you learn on it. You learn how to properly interview people. You learn how to write both narrative and documentary scripts. And you get to meet all sorts of different people from different walks of life.
For students who want to learn more information, there are really 3 main ways that I say to reach out and find that information. First and foremost, the Office of Global Opportunities has walk-in hours every week, Monday through Friday, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And those are just quick 15-minute in and out type sessions. During that session, we hit option 2, which is navigating to our website. So it is ohio.edu/goglobal. And it also is the way to connect to scholarships and different things like that. And then the third option that I always recommend students go to and point them to is talking with the program director. So Professor Frederick Lewis offers this program and really is a great resource and can give you that firsthand account of what it's like, what it's going to be like, and the academic content that you're going to cover.